Hey, shalom, shalom, Mr. Brother Abai Buff from the DC Church coming at you, giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shema, Shabbat, Shemekal Kadash, Yahweh being the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shah being whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, by Hashem meaning in the name, recall meaning Spirit, Kodash meaning holy. These are the names and the powers that I come to in order to profess the 100% truth, and Lord's will seal the elect's faith. Shen Yikabaga, while the recalls are claimed now by Aith, meaning double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS in these times, whom the Heavenly Father had enlisted the 100% truth to, and Lord's will seal the elect's faith. And Shalom wa Barakam Labakar Shayasha Allah, peace and blessings be upon the elect of the nation of Israel. To the men out there that's pushing this word in sincerity and truth, to you I say Shalom wa Barakam Atham, peace and blessings be upon you. Now, as you can see, right now, the title of this video is "Who is your allegiance with?" Now, what kind of sparked this light or this title was a video that I was watching earlier, and I forgot the specifications of what was being said specifically, but I do remember that it had something along the lines of this topic. And then I also thought about it, and I said, when we're in school, when I was younger, when we're in school, every day, you wake up, you go to school, and before first period or during first period, they will have you pledge of allegiance. Okay. And, you would say, I pledge allegiance to the flag, something. I don't remember what it says. But I remember when I got into the truth, or when I found out about the truth, back when I was, I want to say around like 15, 16 years old, I wholeheartedly stopped doing the Pledge of Allegiance. And I didn't really understand why, but now coming back to where I am now in the faith and thinking about these things and pondering upon these things now, I start to realize that the Heavenly Father had been installing, planting a seed of a different spirit in me during that time. And, during all Akim, in all Akim, and you start realizing the reason why you started doing things innately, although you were moving spiritually, you were moving innately spiritually in this truth, right? And it's beautiful. But this question is more so of a rhetorical question as to, the elect, like who is your alliance with, or who is your allegiance with, right? Now, when you look up the word allegiance, and the reason why it's rhetorical is because the answer is obvious. Our allegiance is with Yahweh Shema Shai. But when you look up the word itself in the etymon online, allegiance, it says ties or obligations of a citizen or subject to a government or sovereign, right? And then it goes to say, it says loyalty of a league man to his Lord, right? And then it goes to also say, it says alleviation, mitigation. And then when you look up the word league, right, because it breaks down to ally and then league. Oh, Salakia. Yeah, the league, L-E-G, the league, right? When you look up that word, which it breaks down to where you can see right here too, this little word right here, went to that, it's an adjective, which literally means, it says entitled to feudal allegiance or service. It says league lord, where is it at? Free giving or receiving fidelity, right? So in this case, it's us giving our fidelity. And there was a main point that was in there. I think that might have been it. Calling this just slacking, free from obligations to service except as vassal to one Lord, right? It says this reverse. So really it was right. I believe that was it. It says free giving or receiving fidelity. And that's really what allegiance is who do you give your fidelity to? Who are you giving your faith to? Now, in this world, we're taught to give our faith to this country, to the good standing American country. Wrong, right? When you go older in this thing and the Lord starts to show you, he starts to open your eyes to the facts of America. You start to see the bitterness that's here. Furthermore, you start to see the witchery that goes on from day to day. I mean, literally right before our eyes. And you start to really pull the veils and the basically the layers of the onion back on America to see the real wickedness that lies under the day-to-day functions of Americans, right? Because America is ran by straight up witches and warlocks, all right, that do nothing but seances and spells and what have you from day to day, all right? So our allegiance is with Yahweh Shema Shah. Now, there's a precept that the Ra'ash Monagon, I believe he either forwarded or pasted in our chat, and it says, Hebrews chapter 13, verse 14, I believe. It says, for this, and I believe this is in the NLT, right? It says, Salakia, for this world is not our permanent home. That's part of the reason why our fidelity is not given to America or anything that insists of American culture or anything that insists of culture of this world collectively. All right. Our allegiance is in Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, the heritage that he has given us, the culture that he has given us, the rituals that he has given us. All right. And everything that he's placed for us to capitalize off of. All right. And that is the scriptures, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. All right. So it says, for this world is not our permanent home. We are looking forward to a home yet to come, right? It says, therefore, being the fact that we're looking for a place, a home to come, that's why our allegiance is with Yahweh Shema Shah. Now, there's another thing within allegiance. Allegiance means when you put your full fidelity into something, that means you're willing to die for it. That means you're willing to kill for it. That means you're willing to do anything for that alliance to be maintained and retained. Just like when these other nations are conglomerating or coming together or making amends or making treaties to partner with each other, they're saying, I'm going to stick by your side, and we're going to contractually show that we're going to stand by your side no matter what. All right. So it says, for this world is not our permanent home. We are looking forward to a home yet to come. Therefore, let us offer through Yahweh Shai a continual sacrifice of praise to the Heavenly Father. Now, that's another thing, too. And I wish I would have had this precept in the other video that I made pertaining to sacrifice. So on a day-to-day basis, we are liable of showing our allegiance and showing our fidelity toward that cause and that purpose, which the cause and the purpose is Yahweh Shema Shai. And how do we do that? How do we continuously show our fidelity? We continuously show our fidelity through sacrifice. How do we show or how do we sacrifice? The Lord gives us a outlet. Okay, continually pray. The scriptures say pray without ceasing. That is a sacrifice. That is a ritual. All right. That is a giving up of something. And the thing that the Heavenly Father requires most of us is our time. Okay. So, Salakia. So it says, therefore, let us offer through Yahweh Shai a continual sacrifice of the heavenly of praise to Yahweh, right? Proclaiming our allegiance to his name. So the proclamation, the way that you proclaim your allegiance is by continually making that sacrifice, which is allocating your time toward the purpose and aims of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right. And continually praying. So whenever you pray and you say Bahashem or you say Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, that is a proclamation of who you are making an allegiance with. All right, who you are subsiding with. All right, I'm gonna look up some Salakia real quick. For See, that's beautiful because one of the words I was using was fidelity, but you got loyalty, faithfulness, fidelity, obedience, fealty. I never heard that word, right?
Fealty. Fealty. Fealty.
Fealty. It says a feudal tenant's or vassal's sworn loyalty to a lord. And I believe that's like one of the older words that stem from, that's probably where fidelity stems from. But that's a speculation, so I don't want to, base that. But it is very, very, very close to the word fidelity. So our fealty, and the way that you're showing your fealty is through whom is on your mind a good portion of the day. Well, primarily the whole entire day, which is Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, right? Trustworthiness, steadfastness. The scriptures tell you, be ye steadfast, unmovable, and always abounding in the work. Actually, let's grab that real quick. Where we at? 15 and this is 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 58. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, for as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in the Heavenly Father, right? So we have to consistently show our fidelity, our fealty, our trustworthiness, our steadfastness in the eyes of Yahweh Shema Shai, and that will basically solidify who our allegiance is with, and in turns who your allegiance is with will also show or will also allow you to obtain a reward. Now, with that being said, if your allegiance is with is with the Heavenly Father, of course we're going to be granted everything that pertained to the kingdom of heaven, which is life itself and everything that you could ever imagine and ask for, right? Now, I ask myself this question. Would you rather obtain everything you would like to obtain in flesh that isn't perfect? Or would you like to obtain that in flesh which is perfect, which can think outside of this flesh? And then after you can considering, of course, you go with the second option. You would rather obtain things in the flesh that is perfect, right? So these individuals that have made an alliance or an allegiance with, and have showed their allegiance with spiritual demon Satan, basically have been able to tap into the riches of this world and tap into things that pertain to this world because of that. But the thing is, with their allegiance, there's a lot of wickedness and witchery that has to go on in order for them to tap into those riches. Some of it has to do with sacrificing. Well, the same thing that's performed on the right-hand side is performed on the left-hand side, but just wickedly. All they're doing is just taking what we do, replicating it, and flipping it around. Literally. That's literally all wickedness is. Wickedness is literally the opposing side of righteousness. So righteousness would be not killing your neighbor. Wickedness, and to be able to tap into wicked riches, you have to kill your neighbor. Like literally. In order for you to obtain a high level of possessions through left-hand witchery, there has to be a lot of wickedness that is performed. And also you have to show your allegiance through sacrificing too. Satan requires the same things that Yahweh Shai requires. But the thing is, all of those things are controlled by the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and through his son, Yahweh Shai. So even wickedness is controlled by Yahweh Shai. So if you're choosing wickedness over the Heavenly Father and his son, you're choosing the lesser of the greater. All right. So I went a little deep in that. We'll grab some of these precepts, right? And then, just to finish it off, it says, and don't forget to do good and to share with those in need These are the sacrifices that please the Heavenly Father. So again, doing these things will allow the Heavenly Father to understand who you side with. All right, which is all predestinated. But then on top of that, aside from predestination, it is our job and our duty to continually show the Heavenly Father that we're here to, be his servants and not servants to wickedness. Now, just a couple of precepts and I'm going to end this off. This is Ecclesiasticus or Sirach chapter 7, verse 2. It says, depart from the unjust and iniquity shall turn away from thee, right? So again, our allegiance is not, or our fidelity or our fealty, whatever word you want to use, our steadfastness. Well, I wouldn't say that. I would more so say fidelity. Isn't in groups of this world or things that pertain to this world. So the Heavenly Father is showing, he's given us outlets on how to depart from showing or from subsiding with allegiance to this world. He said, depart from the unjust and iniquity shall turn away from thee, right? Because if you make an allegiance with this world, you're going to die. And you're not going to just die. You're going to die terribly, all right? So for those individuals that had a forged relationship with the Heavenly Father, and then you somehow, some way found yourself not wanting to do the work anymore and not doing the things that pertain to the Heavenly Father. Hey, bro, listen, it's blood in, blood out, brother. Even on the left-hand side, it's blood in, blood out, brother. You don't get the choice to oh, yeah, I don't feel like doing this. Yeah, all right. We're going to see what comes with that. Once you made your allegiance with the Heavenly Father, you can't turn on it. It's only one way out, and that's death. All right? Anyhow, it says, Ecclesiasticus or Sirach chapter 7, verse 16, it says, number not thyself among the multitude of sinners, but remember that the wrath of the Heavenly Father will not tarry long. Right? So he's telling you, look, it's either you're going to side with the Lord or you're going to side with him. If you're an Israelite, you're going to side with the Lord. It's either you're going to side with him or you're going to side with him. Now, one is going to come by way of, the Heavenly Father predestining you to be a part of the 1/3 in the elect. And the other one's just going to come with you being regenerated or reincarnated. Okay, not regenerated, because there's a difference between reincarnation and regeneration. But nonetheless, we don't have to go. I'm not going to go into the specifications behind that, but there is a big difference between the two, although they're very, very similar. But nonetheless, you'll be brought back in the regeneration, but you will be reincarnated if you do not, make the necessary what's the word I'm looking? If you do not show your allegiance with the Heavenly Father, you will be regenerated and reincarnated to a man that is fully indulgent. Because if you die this time around, there's no telling if you're going to be brought back. The Heavenly Father may just have your spirit rest up in the king in the fourth in the heavens, the Shemayim, up until he sends his son. All right. So Matthew chapter 6, verse 24 through 25, it says, no man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and mammon. And when you look up mammon, that's why I was in Matthew's the 6th chapter. I forgot what it said, but I think it's like monetary gain. I forgot what it said specifically, though, but we're going to get into the specifications right now. It's 24, right? Here we are. Mammon is treasure, all right, riches. And typically, tangible things are the reason why people make alliances with the world, okay? That is part of the main reason why people are willing to sell their soul is for tangible resources, which is the most idiotic, just outright mentally challenged thing you could ever perform as a man and as an Israelite and as a child of God. That is the dumbest and most moronic thing you could ever do, is subside with wickedness and in such an opportune time. It's the dumbest shit you could ever do, to call it straight. But hey, you have individuals that, see monetary gain as profit, and they're willing to, the spirit is on them to just, side with wickedness opposed to do righteously. Nonetheless, it says, therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life and what ye shall eat and what ye shall drink. For it says, nor yet for your body what ye shall put on it. Is not the life more than meat and the body more than raiment? So it's a rhetorical question too. That these things, our body is more than meat, and our life is more than meat, and our body is more than the raiment that we own. But you still have individuals that price those things over their soul. How? So you get money, right? Okay, let's just hypothetically say you forge an allegiance with wickedness. You get the money, you get all the riches and what have you, and then what? You're still a fucking slave. You still have to continually do something that your body is and your spirit is not innate to doing, which is wickedness. All right? And therefore, when you're doing wickedness, you do not feel happy because you're an Israelite, the children of light, not the children of darkness. All right? And that's why a lot of these millionaires and billionaires that are Jakes are extremely disdainful of their life because they've lived such a treacherous life, wicked life, and now they want to go back. They wish they can go back. All right, but you can't. Once you made that forge and that allegiance with spiritual demon Satan, and you went down the line to do all them damn sacrifices, them seances and spells, you're done. Better off just killing yourself. All right. So that was really it. Who's your allegiance with? It's a rhetorical question, man. For the real men that serve Yahweh Shema Shai, the answer to that question is already within you. All right. It's already within your everyday deeds. Okay. But to the men that are out there that are questioning or have been a part of this thing and fell out, man, to hell with you. All right. You've already shown who your alliance is with, or who your fidelity is with. And it's for the God of this world, Mammon. All right. So with that, I give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shema Shai, Ba'ashim Rekal Kadash, Sheni Kabaka, Brother Rikaza, claiming that by Aith, with Shalom, with Barakam, with Bakar, and Shia Shalom. Until next time, I say Shalom.